Hey guys, Rubie here, and welcome back to another video. It's been a hot minute since I've made a video, so I decided I'll just jump right back into it with a new Flight Rising feature known as ping lists. But before I get into that, what are ping lists? Well, on Flight Rising, there is an option to ping users. This is when you type an @ symbol followed by someone's username in the forums, and the person will be notified and have a direct link to the post where you ping them in. This is useful both for getting someone's attention on Flight Rising or for mass announcements notifying people of community-driven events such as dominance, raffles, hatcheries, and skin sales. A ping list, as its name suggests, is a list of usernames you would ping whenever you do have these events, and just want to let people on the ping list know. People interested in an on-site activity or skin sales can ask to be put on a ping list, where they can get notified or updates on these events that they're interested in following, and then they can also ask to be removed from the ping list when they are no longer interested in said event. Then, on the 26th of October 2023, the developers of Flight Rising launched a new form feature called ping lists. You might be wondering if Flight Rising players are already using ping lists long before the developers implemented this feature, then isn't it kind of redundant for the developers to implement this feature? Well, one of the main reasons that Flight Rising developers cited for having their own on-site version of ping lists was because that most traditional ping lists are created and kept track of off-site on Google Forms or Google Sheets, which made them a security risk for users, which is why, in their own words, we needed to find a solution that would fit the needs of our players that provided a safe environment for creating and managing those communities. Honestly, I think the Flight Rising developers could have done a better job at wording what they meant, because I don't think this is entirely effective in visualizing to users why they think offsite ping lists are a security risk. But to throw the developers a bone, what I think they mean is that on sites such as Google Sheets, if you are logged into your personal Google account when you access it, then it is possible for the owners or for other people on the sheet to find your personal email and then by extension finding out all your personal information using that email. In addition, since some ping lists are created by getting users to fill in a Google form, some people might fish for information by asking users for personally identifiable information, and users who might not be aware of this might just end up accidentally doxing themselves. With these examples in mind, it starts to make more sense why the developers would want to have their own on-site version of ping lists to avoid users accidentally giving away their own personal information without them even knowing it. Speaking of giving away your own personal information without you even knowing it, this video is sponsored by Nord. So how do on-site ping lists work? Quite similar to off-site ping lists, actually. Now, in addition to the subscription and search buttons, there's a new button for managing ping lists at the top of any given page on the Flight Rising forums. When you click on this button, it takes you to a page where you can see all your current ping lists, all the ping lists you're currently subscribed to, and an additional button to create a new ping list. There's a lot of customization available for ping lists, and you can even share the ping list you've made on the forums, allowing other users to manually add or remove themselves from their ping lists. So far, you might be reading this and going, oh hey, this isn't so bad. Many community-driven events on Flight Rising basically rely on ping lists, and having an on-site feature that can simulate ping lists can streamline the process and make community events go even smoother. Surely, there cannot be a massive controversy surrounding this new ping list feature, can there? Well, so because this is the Flight Rising developers we are talking about, no on-site feature could be implemented without at least some oopsie doopsies. Some of my favorite of which includes ping list subscriptions being visible for everyone, being unable to delete ping lists, and being able to subscribe to literally every ping list just by changing the ping list ID on the URL. However, these are pretty minor in the whole grand scheme of things, so I'll just talk about the issues that I feel are a bit more important and more relevant to more people on Flight Rising, and that is Flight Rising's on-site ping list feature will actually destroy the dominance and skins and accent communities. You might think that this is a bit hyperbolic, which might be true had the developers not also stated that they were going to remove the option to send mass pings in a new future. And in their own words, while we have yet to determine when we will turn that form functionality off, we want you to know that the mass pings threshold will be 12 pings? What does this mean? Well, basically, it means that the Flight Rising developers are trying to eliminate the use of offsite ping lists. If you need to mass ping someone, you can't just put a bunch of people's username on a post anymore. They're basically saying, just use the onsite ping list because it's exactly the same as the offsite ping list, but it's actually not. I know that a lot of people aren't familiar with the dominance and skins and accents portion of Flight Rising, so I'll do my best to explain. While the developer's on-site ping list can serve as a sufficient substitute for simpler ping lists, such as daily updates on community events, or when you want to get notified when a certain pair has produced a new nest in a hatchery, the dominance and skin ping lists are two entirely different beasts from normal ping lists, and I'll start with the dominant side of the ping list first. So, dominance. If you don't know what that is, I have a video explaining it in more detail, but in short, it's basically an in-flight, organized, community-driven effort to exalt as many dragons as possible in a given week. As you can imagine, it takes a lot of effort, communication, and planning to organize dominance events. And as such, every single flight on Flight Rising has its own dedicated dominance team to handle the planning and logistics of dominance, one of which includes managing ping lists and sending out pings. Flight Rising currently doesn't allow multiple users to have access to the same ping list, and only the creator of the ping list is allowed to ping people on the list. What happens when a Dom lead retires from dominance? Is the new Dom lead going to have to remake the entire ping list from scratch? Is everyone going to have to resubscribe to the new ping list held by the new Dom lead? And take it from someone who used to be quite active in the dominant side of things, those ping lists can get pretty long, like literally hundreds, if not thousands of users long. What if one of the Dom leads has a personal issue that they need to tend to and can't get on a PepSim site for the foreseeable future? The other members of the Dom leads don't have access to the ping feature on the ping list, and bear in mind they can't just fall back on the offsite ping list because the developers are gonna set a cap on the number of users you're allowed to ping at once. There actually needs to be an option to allow ping lists to be managed and accessed by multiple users, and the lack of such a feature on the on-site ping list after setting a hard cap on the number of pings per post is literally going to break the Dom teams. Second, the skins and accents side of ping lists. Oh boy, the skins and accents sides of ping list. Where do I even begin with this? Again, if you aren't that familiar with what skins and accents are, I do have a video talking about how to make skins and accents on Flight Rising, but just to get the point across, the skins and accents community on Flight Rising is held up entirely by something called the GASP. Well, what is GASP? Well, GASP stands for General Accent and Skin Ping List. And as its name suggests, it's an offsite ping list for buying and selling skins. And here's how it works according to one of the creators. Step 1. Fill out the Google Docs form. Any breeds and themes you select mean you will only be pinged for those breeds or themes. Step 2. Post on the thread if you want to change or delete your entry. Step 3. Say goodbye to your money. Okay, so basically, if you only wanted to buy skins for female sky dancers, you say as much on the Google Forms and you will only get pinged whenever there's a skin available for female sky dancers. Simple enough. What does this look like on the skin seller side of things? Well, as someone who used to sell skins on Flight Rising, let me show you. Okay, so it's 11 at night. I made a huge mistake, but I said I'm gonna show y'all. So here is how you use the gas Pinglist. So let's say that here, this is the skin that I want to sell. Okay, so I look at the breed. It's a female guardian. Okay, so I will select guardian female. Okay, coverage. Okay, this be looking like a skin to me, or a skin scent. Okay, and then I would be the seller. Okay, and then I just like check the keywords. Okay, so I did make this for a festival, so I could click festival. It's mostly apparel based, so I'll click apparel. And I basically just go down the whole list and check all the keywords that I'll check a few more just to like get my point across, and then I can click here and generate a ping list. And using the keywords that I have selected, I will be generated with this huge ping list. And I can basically copy this and post this on the forum. And then people who have specifically selected for these keywords, these skins and accents, will get the ping list. And that's basically how you use the gas ping list. And yeah, the current iteration of the on-site ping list has 0 of these features. So you either, and when I say you, I mean literally every skin maker ever. You either make a bajillion different ping lists for each specific combination of these preferences, or you're just not selling skins anymore. The skins and accents community is never going to financially recover from the implementation of this on-site feature. Look, I don't hate this feature. Like, I know I've been like pretty hard on the Flight Rising developers throughout this whole video, but like I actually like this feature and I have high hopes for it. It's just that, like, bro, like for real, like come on devs, like you need more time to cook, okay? Like for real, like just have like a few consultants from like a few different communities on Flight Rising, and like I swear to God, just like ask them for their opinions. Like Flight Rising is literally 90% community driven event. Like you can't just like push stuff forward and then like rush to fix things when like people say, oh, like this doesn't work, like this is broken, like okay, like I appreciate that things are being fixed in the first place, but I can't help but feel like this could have been like completely, entirely avoided if they just had some consultants who were like more involved in the community driven aspects of Flight Rising to begin with. Like, you know what I mean? So basically, anyways, with that being said, this is the current situation of ping lists on Flight Rising. Like I said, it has been a while since I made a video, and I just wanted to get back into the swing of things by making a small update video discussing some of the new features on Flight Rising. But I'd also like to hear more from you guys as well. How are you guys liking the ping list feature so far? All in all, I think it'd be quite the quality of life update for the site, but only if the developers are able to implement it correctly without completely destroying certain community-driven aspects of the Flight Rising user base. I'd like to hear your thoughts down in the comment sections down below. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. See ya!